yes. We are good in Singapore. Some of us are still working from home, whereas some have gone back to the offices.
Kiki apa panggil?
Yes.
Apa panggil?
Some of us are still working from home, whereas some have gone back to the offices.
Just fine. But in Japan, the COVID-19 infection is very
Kiki apa panggil? Apa panggil?
Some of us are still working from home,
Suaranya
Japan, the COVID-19 infection is very
Kiki apa panggil? Apa panggil?
some of us are still working from home.
Hi, Mr. Enzo.
suaranya
Japan, the COVID-19 infection is very
Kiki apa panggil?
Madam Maria. Teresa. Halo, Golf. Hi, Golf.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
Long time.
Hello, too.
Long
Are you
time no
there?
see. Right.
Long time no see, right?
Okay, there.
Yeah, we're okay here. And you?
Too in Chiang Mai is okay.
It's okay.
Right.
Oh,
Thailand is better now. Yeah. Hello. How are you?
good.
Long time.
Hello, too.
Long
Are you
time no
there?
see. Right.
Long time no see, right?
Okay, there.
Yeah, we're okay here. And you?
Too
Kita Inta.
Oh,
Thailand is better now. Long time. Long time no see. Right.
yeah, we're okay here. You?
Kita Inta.
Thailand is better now. Long time. Rajab looks so serious.
Yes.
Hi there. Oh. Well done, well done.
Hello.
Hello. Look good today. You look so great.
How is it? Fine.
It's good. I'm good.
Yeah.
A lot of work now, right?
Yes.
It's like quite blur now, so blur. Since we teach online, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes. Very clear. Very clear.
Okay.
But yes, we're still waiting from the.
Mhm.
Okay, Lee Wei-jun is here. Hello, Lee Wei-jun.
Halo, Dian. Kita settingin situ, kita bicarakan, ini bukan saya lagi. Ya, kita pilih Dian. Halo.
Okay. Well, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon from Makassar, Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, South Sulawesi, Indonesia. Well, so welcome to the international webinar of IPPD, FKIP, Faculty of Education, Makassar Muhammadiyah University. So with our aim for today is Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon from Makassar, Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, South Sulawesi, Indonesia. Well, so welcome to the international webinar of IPPD. So with the theme Asian Higher Education Institutions towards International Student Service Learning Program in COVID-19 pandemic, Challenges and Opportunities. Well, as we have seen here, we have got all of our speakers here who comes from the large or some Asian universities, which are from Makassar Muhammadiyah University, and then from Singapore Polytechnic in Singapore, and then we have also from Kanazawa Technology Institute of Japan, and also we have the University Raja Manggala University of Technology, Thailand, and also we have the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, Filipina. Well, as all of the speakers already here, I would like to remind you first before we start our international webinar for today. Please, for all of the participants, you have to off your mic in order to make this international webinar run well and smooth. So please, once again, you have to off your mic We will have 2 sessions. The first sessions will be the presentation from all of the speakers, and then the second one will be about the question and answers sessions. And the third thing that we are going to tell you is about the certificate issued. You don't need to worry whether you are joining in the Zoom conference or in YouTube via live in our channel. You will get the certificate for this international webinar. However, you have to stand by till the end of this international webinar in order to fill the participants list at the end of this meeting. Okay, so without taking any more time, let me hand over to the moderator, Mr. Wildan Burhanuddin. Time is yours.
All right, thank you, Pak Wongso Adi Saputra. Now we would like to welcome for all the speakers. We have, as an introduction, my name is Wildan Burhanuddin, and then my part is being moderator for this Asian Higher Institutions seminar, which is we are going to talk about the international program. And also for all the participants that we would like to inform, for all the speakers that we, especially who register for this webinar, according to the committee, our team, there were around 300, more than 360, but we limit the seats and then we direct into the YouTube. So the rest of the participants, they can watch directly from the YouTube. And the other things that we would like to inform to the speakers that our participants are coming from the international office mostly, so around all over Indonesia, and also we have also participants coming from Thailand, Taiwan, and also there is also from Taiwan, from Pakistan. And ladies and gentlemen, from this session, as according to the host that we are going to open for the session. For the panel session. The panel session will be, each speaker will talk about around 20 minutes until 25 minutes. After that, we have it in the panel, and then every speaker will deliver first for their material or their presentation, and then we give one session will be taken by the host to give questions and answer. So this webinar, it doesn't close possibility that because those participants are coming from a different background, I mean different university all over in Indonesia. That's and also our as an introduction that those are the presenters are coming from our one unit, which is first, Unismu Makassar, FKIP Unismu Makassar is collaborating, having from the partnership with the Singapore Polytechnic. And after that, from Singapore Polytechnic bring us to the many kinds of institutions to work with and to meet them and work about how international program is. As an introduction also that we have been running also some programs with Singapore Polytechnic and also some universities, Singapore, but the program belongs to Singapore Polytechnic. Our institution is part of the collaborations. And then for the first, we would like to introduce our speakers. The first is we have Bapak Erwin Akib, or Mr. Erwin Akib, as the Dean of Faculty of Education, Unismu Makassar. And the second is we have Bapak or Mr. Pak Wee Engson. Wee Engson, a country manager, Japan, Taiwan, Thailand, Vietnam, and Vietnam in Singapore from Singapore Polytechnic International. And the second is we have Miss Lee Wei Jun. Lee Wei Jun also is a country manager, Indonesian, Myanmar, and from Singapore Polytechnic. And we have Dr. Munaki Sakamoto, Lex Facilitator from Kanazawa Institute of Technology, Japan. And we have, we call Ibu or Ma'am Dr. Maria Teresa M. Fajardo, from Director, Extension and Community Relations from University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines. And we have also Ms. Kritika Inta, a lecturer and also Lex Facilitator from Raja Mangala University of Technology, Lanna, Thailand. Dear ladies and gentlemen, from all our speakers, so we took, as a host from Unismu Makassar, we take this, we try to have for this international webinar is, we are not going to present like a very serious, mostly like relaxed, which is we are going to, the main point is only to change the perspective and also to give like challenges and strategies, what happened or what are the strategies that every university in a different country focusing in Asian, moreover, because all over the world happened and also they work for this to face for the international students or international programs. Is belong from the international office. So those the discussion will be I mean, it's not going to be as a conference or presenting like journal or something like that. No, this is because mostly we are going to come to the technical side or some programs that we can. It doesn't close possibility that by having from this Asian, by having from this webinar, any or some participants are coming from every universities, they could make some collaboration or any or further more information that they can contact each other. So by having from this. So at the sorting the time, I think my introduction take around 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So sorry, this is too spirit to have for this webinar. Okay, welcome to all the speakers and also the participants. We would like to invite for the first. We would like to please. I have got a message from Pak Erwin will be the last. Our dean will calculate all and also will be the last speakers. So we please first from the Singapore Polytechnic, Bapak Wee Eng Sen, Country Manager Japan, Taiwan, Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore Polytechnic. Time is yours, Pak Eng Sen.
Hi everyone. Maybe I would like to introduce my colleague, Ms. Lee Wei Jin, to share about Singapore Polytechnic, to introduce Singapore Polytechnic to everyone before I carry on with the topic.
Yes. All right. Okay. Please, Ms. Wei Jin.
I need to share. Give me a minute. Let me see. Okay. Can you all see?
Ah, yes.
Okay.
You watch now?
Okay. Give me a minute. Okay, let me just touch on a short description of Singapore Polytechnic. We are the first polytechnic in Singapore that we established back in 1954. So we are the first polytechnic that provide diploma studies for the Singaporeans at that point of time. Currently, we have about 5 polytechnics in Singapore. So we offer about more than 55% of the cohort that is studying in Singapore itself, as well as international students. So we are the first polytechnic, followed by Ngee Poly and the rest of the polytechnic. Okay, so all in all, in education and training pathway back in Singapore is you go through the GCE O level, which is governed by the Cambridge examination, after which you will move on to a diploma courses, which will be in polytechnic. And then alternatively, you can also take on the junior colleges courses, which will be the A-level course, and then you'll progress to a degree, which diploma will also bring you to the degree courses. And after which, after diploma courses, and after degree, there is also advanced diploma, which is targeting on the specialized area that you are in, especially in your employment. And that is something that SP also offer. We do offer our post-diploma as well as the part-time diploma, as well as the short-term courses that will enable our workforce to be continued to be upgraded, and in order to make sure that they are still in line with the new requirement in the workforce. Then let's move on to what we have. We have about the different faculty here. So we have applied science, we have built environment, we have the business side, the engineering, our health science, marine, time, as well as information technologies and humanities and media. So our strength actually is in our engineering as well as our maritime studies. So full-time diploma students currently in SP will be about 14,000. We do have other part-time courses where we have about 2,000. They belong to the working adults. We are currently working now, so they are returning to the Polytechnic for their upgrading courses. We have a Poly Foundation program that has about 240 students, meaning they take a general program and they will only specialize in their year 2s and year 3s. So we have about 200,000 of alumni. So all in all, we have about 40 full-time diploma courses, 14 diploma plus. Diploma plus courses meaning that the students will have a diploma at the end of their course, as well as like a 1-year internship with a company. And that kind of ensure them an employment after their graduation. Then we have about 45 part-time diploma as well as post-diploma. So our mission in SP itself is we wanted to make sure that we prepare our learners to be life ready, work ready, and world ready. And that is why we provide education to students ranging from 17 years old onwards for their diploma courses, as well as post-diplomas for the working adults, so that they are continue being ready for the workforce. So our vision is we hope to inspire our learners, serve with mastery and caring for the community. So, and that is why we have the program, which we actually partner with some of the partner university here on the social innovation project, which is the Learning Express. So all in all, we hope to make sure that our focus in our education is that we are learner-centric. We provide the international exposure in terms of industry for the students, as well as provide learning and social space that we can ignite their creativity and innovation. So out of the industry exposure and international program, we do have voluntary serving learning program led by the student leaders and staff, meaning they go through the ASEAN countries, they move on to whether they build a school with them or they teach English to the students there. And that is one of the voluntary service that the students will get to expose, and this counts towards their overseas exposure. And we also have industry exposure. So for certain courses, especially in the maritime, they get to work with the Russian group and they can spend a month on ship, and then that gets exposed to the real life of working in a ship. That is some of the exposure that our students will get depending on the program they are in. After which, we also have the Learning Express, which every student in their year 2 get to, I wouldn't say that they are all able to participate, but they get a chance to apply for this program where they spend 12 days engaging with the partner university students, and also to bring back, to create a solution for the community. And they also learn through the design thinking methodologies that they need to use in order to solve these social innovation projects. Okay, Eng Soo will touch on the second portion of the sharing session. So let me unshare first.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
I hope we can see the screen.
Yes, watch it.
Yeah. So hi, my name is Eng Soon. I'm from similar to Miss Lee Wei Jun. We are from Singapore Polytechnic International, which is the international office of Singapore Polytechnic. as where she left off, we talked about the Learning Express program, where many of the participants now in this webinar are part of the program. And we hope by this sharing, we can hope to exchange some ideas and also to let everyone know that what kind of ideas we are thinking of, and also to so that we can exchange ideas, and also to build on more ideas when if it's appropriate. So let me share a little bit about Singapore. This is a picture of a common drink, not a common drink, of kinds of drinks in Singapore. I think this is very appropriate. This is common in Southeast Asia, where drinks are put into plastic bags. So on the left, leftmost, we have something we call kopi O. Kopi O is actually black coffee without milk. In the center, no, the second one is probably kopi. On the third one, I believe it is teh or teh susu.
Teh tarik.
It could be tarik and what. So on the right, the rightmost is actually, if I'm not wrong, it's actually Horlicks, if I'm not wrong.
Oh yeah.
So this describes the difference among Singaporeans. This is a packet drink from any coffee shop in Singapore, but there are different drinks in this coffee shop. So in Singapore, we are all Singaporeans, but we all behave differently. We all look different. I think in Singapore, we might have the most different ethnic races in the whole of ASEAN. There could be more, could be others as well. But in Singapore, this multicultural aspect is very important in Singapore. We are different in our skin tone. We are different in our language. We are different in our customs and culture. We are even different with the beliefs, or our own religious beliefs. So we all are in Singapore, but we drink from the same coffee shop. So so that describes Singapore, and also I see similarity in ASEAN. Why ASEAN? Because Singapore is the smallest country in ASEAN in terms of land, in terms of resources, and many things. We are considered the smallest. That's why we have to we feel that Singapore and the rest of ASEAN should work together as a community, as a culture, to forge a community to move together towards progress together. We are different in culture, but somehow many years ago, we are somehow linked in terms of our history and in terms of our language and into the region. So for example, we speak Bahasa, some of us speak Bahasa in Singapore, which is similar to Malaysia, in Malaysia Bahasa, which is somewhat also similar to Bahasa Indonesia, which most of y'all are from. And somehow through the Learning Express program, I realized that some words used in the Tagalog is actually similar to Bahasa Indonesia. And I went to Thailand. Some terminologies trace back to a certain kingdom which occupies the whole of Indonesia, now Indonesia, some parts of Thailand, and even Cambodia. So we are very linked in this aspect. So in this area, we are multicultural ASEAN as well, but we are together. We are together in that sense that because we are an area that we are a community that can grow. So I think this was taken from the ASEAN website. So I think we have one vision, one identity, and one community. So I think in ASEAN, like most of, like in Asia, I think ASEAN is the fastest growing opportunity area where a lot of investors, a lot of people who are interested to expand are looking into ASEAN. So that comes to this. Why is Singapore so interested to send our students overseas? I think this is a question that some of us are familiar with. Singapore recently, just last week, we had our elections. Within in the midst of COVID, we had our elections. This election was very interesting elections. If you're interested, Singapore politics is very different from the politics in our different regions in Indonesia or even Malaysia, even Thailand. It's very, very different. I shall not go deep into it, but during the COVID period, one of our ministers said something. How do we live with COVID, and how do we live with life after COVID? And having talked about COVID and many, many other things, our Minister for Trade and Industry reinforced one thing. And from the many things he has shared, I think I would like to share with everybody that the Ministry of Education in Singapore, together with the Ministry of Trade and Industry, have announced a certain target of sending 70% of our students from higher learning institutions to gain overseas exposure. And this out of this 70%, 70% they want to focus their attention to these three regions, basically ASEAN, China, and India. So why not ASEAN? Because everybody here, except for Sakamoto-san, and maybe some of us who are not in ASEAN are very familiar with ASEAN. And so why not we strengthen our relationships, we strengthen our ties with our friends in ASEAN, but of course with our friends from Japan and also other regions as well. But the focus area is really on ASEAN, because I believe together as a community, ASEAN community, we recognize that a lot opportunities, a lot of development areas can be arose from our region. So after COVID, our ministry, Singapore ministry, sort of pressed on this target of realizing a 70% of all higher learning institutes students having an overseas exposure. All right, so rest assured to all of us who are our partners that post-COVID, we will still carry on with this, what we have been doing, and even expand even further. So I just take everybody through. I know that some of us who are already experienced in the Learning Express program, I just take everybody through the Learning Express program and touch on it. So Learning Express program, like what Pak Wildan has mentioned, was an effort many years ago by Singapore Polytechnic, which is a multinational, cultural, and multidisciplinary program. These are important. Multinational. Why? Because through the multinationalism, working in the same project, we are exposed to each other's culture. And why we want it multidisciplinary? Because we realize in the future economy, not all of us will work together. Not all of us trained in the same skill set will work together. For example, if you go to the workplace, I work with a group of engineers, for example. Not all are trained in engineering. Some will be accountants, some will be technologists, some will be maybe well versed in IT, and so on and so forth. As projects get more and more complicated, complex, this multidisciplinary format is really very important, because it does not take one profession to create a winning product. It takes multiple people with multiple perspectives to create a winning product. So Learning Express programs is really about using the design methodology to create social innovations in our region. So the Singapore Polytechnic, the design thinking methodology, I'm sure most of us are very familiar. Sense and Sensibility. We get our students to understand the context, to prepare their mind. We want our students to be engaged in community, some form of service learning, like what the title of the webinar is. We want to get them to immerse in the stakeholders' life and immerse in the environment, in the language, in the day-to-day routine, to get our students to learn from people, to get our students to think that they are not Superman or Superwoman, that their ideas are the greatest. but we can learn from people around us, within the community, and from different levels of education. From gathering of these insights, then of course we generate ideas that will fulfill the user needs, and of course creating and testing out through prototyping. This design process helps the students, all our students, to understand their environment, to make decisions according to their findings and the insights that they have uncovered, and of course showing these solutions that they have imagined, and working out a workable and practical solution with the stakeholders. So Learning Express has been since 2013, and sadly 2020 there is no Learning Express, like everybody knows, because of COVID. But since then, Learning Express has been in 8 countries, 28 cities, 33 partners. We have made about 134 trips to our neighboring countries. Total number of SP and partner facilitators, we have probably reached about near 400 of trained SP and partner facilitators, like some of y'all, and including the SP and partner participants. We have about 6,800 participants of Learning Express. We have not accounted the Japanese participants yet, and if you add that, we can add even more. So why are we doing all this? I think like what my colleague Wei Jun has mentioned, we want our students to be life ready, work ready, and also world ready, ready to face the world. The world is changing, from social unrest on the left-hand side to the recent Taal volcano eruption near Manila in Philippines last year, which disrupted Learning Express as well. And of course, the most recent that affected the whole world, the COVID-19 pandemic. This is a picture, very interesting. Let me briefly share this picture with you. This is a picture of a coffee shop, in an air-conditioned coffee shop. There's a red cross because you cannot sit at a table. So you can only sit at the places where there's no crosses. So it's a bit like playing playing a game. So this VUCA world is volatile, it's uncertain, it's complex and ambiguous. All this marks the world now, and moving forward, I don't think these descriptions or these terms will change when we move forward. When in this world now, it's going to get more volatile, uncertain. Some of us could be facing uncertain employment situations because of the pandemic, but a lot of us are in education, so we still employed by the institution. But a lot of my personal friends, they have not have worked for some time. Even in Singapore, businesses are closing down, shops are discontinuing their operations, and there are big corporations closing down. I'm sure worldwide there are many of this as well. Very ambiguous. I think our students now live in a very ambiguous world, as in the ambiguity, I believe, comes from the massive information that is from everywhere. The ability to process information is highly regarded in our graduates nowadays. If 50 years ago, the information channel is from the newspaper and from the television, now it's from everywhere, from the internet, from your friends, from everywhere, whether they are reliable or unreliable information. We have to process them. So I think our students go through many of this, and we want them to learn to process different levels of information, different kinds of information, different information of every different nature. So now we talk about the recent pandemic. It caught us by surprise. I'll be honest with all of us. It caught us by surprise. I believe none of us are really prepared for this. Over 1 or 2 months, SP turned from face-to-face lesson to online lessons. It caught us by surprise. Although in Singapore, there's always been practice of home-based and e-learning, but it's not at this scale, not at this massive scale. So I'll be honest, we are prepared, but to roll it out in a massive scale, I think it caught us by surprise.
Oh,
Yeah, so this is Changi Airport. Changi Airport is one of the busiest airports in the world, because we are the travel hub for the region. But if you want to take a plane from, if you want to take a plane from somewhere to somewhere, high chance you might have to stop by maybe Changi Airport or sometimes Bangkok or sometimes Hong Kong. But Changi serves as the center of aviation center for the region. This is captured a few months ago. Changi Airport counters are closed. There's only 1 or 2 visitors checking in to take the flight. This has disrupted our operations, and it has disrupted many things. When we cannot travel, we cannot travel. So there goes our exchange programs. There goes our exchange programs. There goes our students' valuable learning in the environment, talking and understanding, immersing in that certain language, and in mixing with, interacting with different people. I think not just for Singapore, I think for both sides and all of us as well. I think in certain of our friends, we cannot go from state to state. For example, from this region to that region, we cannot cross that region. Families are trapped in certain regions. Singapore, we have a lot of migrant workers, not just staying in Singapore. We do have a lot of migrant workers who, transient workers who come from Malaysia to Singapore for work in the day, and at night they will go back. Some of these workers were stuck in Singapore or stuck in Malaysia. It really is a disruption to employability and also livelihoods. So with that, moving back to student exchange, like it or not, this is not a new topic. I mean, we are using technology now to have a conference. I remember a long time ago, I think Pak Erwin, he asked for engineering expert, a water engineering expert, to go to Makassar to give a talk on civil engineering, if I'm not wrong, some years ago. This was what we used to do then, but now we were asked to share online via this kind of platform. So technology helps to some extent, helps to bridge time, helps to bridge our accessibility and our convenience. That it may not be convenient to travel, I cannot participate in your event, and so on and so forth. So technology in that sense helps us to bridge some of these. It's not the best for now. For now, it's not the best, but it helps to bridge it. So the new norm, I'm sure all of us know the new norm. It could be digital ways of exchanging. The new norm, digital ways of exchanging, because it's technology driven. It's not weather resistant, unless some server out there breaks down, or the internet cable under the Pacific Oceans got cut. If not, I think the new norm, digital exchange, personally, I think will be a new norm moving forward. How intense or how frequent it will be, I think it depends on us to use it. Because it's technology driven, I said just now, is weather resistant to the things that were shown in the previous slides, resistant to probably to social unrest, resistant to natural disasters. Of course, if your house is still around, if the school is still around, resistant to some extent, safe for pandemics. So because there's no need to travel, we create opportunities instead of, oh, we cannot travel, now we do less or we don't do. But because of technology, and there's no need to travel, I would sense that opportunity increases rather than decreases. Because why? We can cross territories remotely like now, across time differences. We can also do the kind of interaction work and the exchange work safely during these uncertain times. To me, using technology, it will deepen engagement. For me to share with the friends of UNISMO, in those days, I have to fly down. I have to take a flight to maybe Jakarta and change the flight, and I reach Makassar. It will take me 3 days worth of this traveling time. But now, I was invited very soon. I was invited, and I could quickly schedule and make the commitment to share at this webinar. So I feel that it will deepen the engagement with our partners and broaden our partnership base. In this session, what William mentioned, there are people from Pakistan and people from other parts of Indonesia. I heard, I saw that there are greetings from Bali that we have no access to. Yep. So creating this new opportunity, I believe that we can use the online, cloud-based online exchange platforms to work together deeply. For example, we can co-create content together. We can engage each of us in a more deep manner. So for example, students can actually, faculties can actually host their sessions and to interchange sharing of certain topics, for example, ASEAN, for example, energy sustainability, for example, nutritional awareness, something that is pervasive and also something that is relevant to the society and to the community. Something that we wish to do during our trips to our community innovation, social innovation programs. But then in times of this, we are unable. So maybe it's time to get the students to work on these topics, on these topics, not in the community, but from the people around them. So for example, Lex used to be a two-way. When Kanazawa comes on board, it's three-way. But now we can open this up to maybe four-way collaborations. For example, Singapore, Vietnam, and even the Philippines, talking about how energy is managed sustainably in Singapore, in Vietnam, and also the different ways in the Philippines. So I think this provides a good platform to quickly share the different perspectives. Expand partnerships. Like I mentioned just now, we used to have 1:1 or 1:3 a very limited partnership opportunities. With things like this, I saw Ajahn Golf, Ajahn Sakamoto-san coming on board to share. I think we are expanding our partnerships. I think we are giving opportunity to more people to join in so that we can share expertise, like I mentioned just now, and to bridge these connections that were there, but that were physically there. But sometimes we find it hard to bridge because of physical constraints, not practical to travel. So with technology, we can bridge that, form alliances that we are doing now, and multiply resources. Like I mentioned earlier, a single topic can derive the capabilities, the sharing of the topics can be derived from the capabilities of different partners. Learn from each other, and also exchange ideas and deepen the connections. So having said that, I'm coming to almost the end. Having said that, we do not want to throw away the human interaction, the face-to-face exchanges. We still want that. We still want the human touch of our students being immersed in our communities. Your students being able to lack of a better word, smell and breathe each other, because that's what's happened in the exchange program. Oh, Singaporeans smell like this. I don't know a good smell or bad smell. Or Singaporeans talk like this. They talk too fast, for example, and so on and so forth. And to really touch each other in terms of the culture. I think we still are looking forward to that when the pandemic comes down. Linking back earlier to one of our ministers' speeches, when COVID is under control, when the COVID situation dies down, we are still going to embark to reach out to our ASEAN nations and also much of Asia to reconnect back because we are an open economy, and through this opening of our friendships and network, then the familiarity in that region is built, and they are not so afraid to venture forward. Likewise, for not just for Singaporeans or Singapore, and also for friends from our region as well. Learning from the communities are important, like I mentioned just now. Nothing beats going down to the community, learning from them. So how can we see these opportunities to enhance this exchange programs? We used to do, we send students go here, or you send students to come to Singapore and appear. So we see value in engaging them prior to the programs. We see value in engaging them post programs. So we see value in building connections during the pre-program, maybe an online engagement, and during the real-time engagement. And after that, we hope our participants, our students, to have sustained connections with the exchange buddies, with our exchange friends. And through this post-program online engagements, we can sort of like softly sustain them in terms of their engagements, and deepen the network and deepen the relationship, which are so critical in forging the ASEAN development forward, or the Asian development forward. So we are thinking, SB is thinking of short-term exchange programs, maybe next year for March, June, or even September, whether there's an online, blended, or it's a face-to-face. This is something that we have always been looking forward to, or we are planning. If it's not practical to travel, we will embark on maybe more online exchange programs and things like that. The idea is that this is still our motivation to connect to the nations, connect to the region. It is still very deep in us. So some of these topics that we might be proposing will be understanding ASEAN, cross-cultural diversity, sustainable development goals, which is very important as ASEAN develop further. Artificial intelligence, this is very interesting. As we move digitally, I think this is something that we should also embark in to sort of maybe enhance or complement what we have been doing in the community. How do we digitize the information we found in the community? How do we record something that the area, for example, in the area of Goa, how many food processing, how many people are dealing with pisang, banana, how many people are dealing with jackfruit, manga, or something like that. So that forms good information and data of how we can engage the community. I think this is something that is valuable looking forward to. So in summary, the international experience is important to students, all students in the region and beyond. Technology cannot take over the human aspect of the international experience, but it can enhance the overall experience by preparing and prolonging engagements prior and after the program. Through that, we can deeper and more frequent collaborations can be forged, and it can extend the network to across the region, so as the region progresses. So this is my summary slide. So in essence, we move forward. If we have limitations, we think of ways to come around the limitations. But we want to move forward to do more and to do deeper work with our friends here.
All right. Thank you very much, Pak Ingson. Dear ladies and gentlemen, and all the participants and the speakers. Now we have already listened about Pak Ingson and also Ms. Wee Jun presenting about the Learning Express program. While we ourselves, UNISMO itself, Faculty of Education itself, we are in some universities have been collaborating with Singapore Polytechnic, and also by having for the Learning Express program. How is Learning Express? Yeah, there's some, but for this year, we stopped all the program because this pandemic cannot do anything. So that's why we try to open for this discussion. And now we start, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have got from Singapore Polytechnic, and the next we move to the second speaker. For we would like to please from Kanazawa Institute of Technology, Pak Moto. How is it? How is it going, Pak?
Hi, hi everyone. I'm Sakamoto from Kanazawa Institute of Technology. Can you see my face?
Oh yes, yes.
My slides. This is my slides.
Oh yeah.
This brief. You can see it. Okay.
Yes, already. Okay, I will let first listen on all the participants. Now we move to the next speaker from Kanazawa Institute of Technology. Kanazawa Institute of Technology, also Pak Moto, was in Makassar in Indonesia, in Unismu, and working together with Singapore Polytechnic and Unismu Makassar. So this is, we would like to hear from Pak Muneke Sakamoto. Time is yours, please.
Thank you, Park Wilson. So I just would like to talk about our interaction, our university and our daughter college, and also our experience in Lex, and also we have some the post-Lex program, Lex Innovation, Idea to Innovation Project, and also the inviting program named Sakura Science, and also our bit about the future development. So at first, I would like to introduce where the Kanazawa is in Japan. So Kanazawa is very far from the Makassar, just in here. We have to take the plane on the Jakarta and then go to Makassar. In Japan, Kanazawa is here. Kanazawa is here. Almost 15 kilometers far from Tokyo and Osaka, and population is very small, 550,000, and we have many rains in this season. The almost 2,400 millimeter years, and also many snows at the winters. As you can see in the this map, Kanazawa is the most center part of Japan. And also the many things in Japan. So you can see is a very old wooden house, almost 200 or 300 years aged. So very so nice at night. And also we have many castles, so made with wood and stones. You can see in Kanazawa. And also this is some Japanese garden with covered with snow. When it's winters, you can see it's very beautiful sceneries. And also Kanazawa it is a gold river. So then we have many as a gold. We can take many gold in Kanazawa. Then Kanazawa have some industries about ultra thin gold foil. So when they make some wooden craft, based on the wooden craft. Like this box or just mirrors, many beautiful golden foil crafts are in there. And also you can, Kanazawa is very near from the sea, so you can eat many fresh seafood in every seasons. And also do not forget our university and KIT and ICT. KIT is Kanazawa Institute of Technology, and also ICT means International College of Technology. This is our daughter college, 5-year college. So here is just a photo of the Kanazawa and KIT and ICT. We have two main campus. One campus in the city side. So this is some libraries in here, and also inside this one we have some the presentation rooms or very sophisticated apparatus for for some international seminars. And also we have some campus in the rural area. Here is the Haksan Rock campus. This campus is in the mountain, but inside this one, we have many space for the collaboration. And also, this is an educational framework of our university. Our university have 3 pillars about the education. One of them is across the generations. What is it across generations? When after the students graduated in our university, they go to the society or industries and work with many people in society. So then they have to collaborate they have to learn collaborate with the society and also work with the local communities. And one more important thing is cross-disciplinary. As Mr. Ensign says, in real society, we have to collaborate with many kinds of specialties. One was that, so my specialty is chemistry, but I cannot make things with the chemistry. We have to collaborate with the people from the mechanics and also the electronics and also for the management. So then students must learn with multidisciplinary settings. And also this one, final period is cross culture. In Japan, the foreigner is very rare in Kanazawa. Especially in Kanazawa, students cannot talk with, have a chance to talk with foreigners, like in Singapore, from the people from the Singapore, from the people from the USA, or also for only few Indonesian people living in Kanazawa. Because of that, we need to make a chance to collaborate with foreign people from foreign countries. So then we decided to join the Learning Express conducted by Singapore Polytechnic. Here is our experience on LEX. KIT and ICT firstly joined the Learning Express as March 2013. So then we joined to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 13 trips we have been joined. And also we go to the Vietnam and Indonesia, Indonesia, 4 destinations. Already 124 students have been joined, and also 20 lecturers too. So why we joined the LEX program? One more reason we have. So our university is focused to the engineering. So they know how to make the things, how to make the how to cut the metals, how to cut the woods, and how to make, they know how to make some electronic circuits. But sometimes they cannot think about why and what and why to make the product. Because of that, so we joined to the LEX program and students learn how to design the products and all services. And also, I think this is very important field in here. This is interrupted from the why and why, what and why, and how to make the product. We'd like to develop the programs for in this area. This is for this program. We developed some post-LEX program. We do a pre-LEX program for 6 hours in university, then go to the LEX trip for with the Singapore Polytechnic and also collaborated university. And then students return to our university. They make the post-LEX. They join to the post-LEX program for a year long. So they make some when in the LEX program, LEX trip. So they design some buildings, early prototypes or tests, or just they present the concepts. After the LEX program, post-LEX program, so they implement the functional prototypes and then transfer know-how to the next generations. This is we call the LEX I2I project, so Idea to Innovation project. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps in there. The first steps of the Lex I2I project, the students refine the concept from the Lex strip. In the Lex strip, so students cannot so make real things, just working, just making some prototypes to introduce their concept. So then they have to some making engineering design in here. Oh, sorry. Oh. After that, so they have to make some details in here. Oh. Some music in here. I can hear some music. It's okay. It's okay. So then they make some prototypes in our factories. This is a photo from our wooden work factories. The students make using some the cutters or some tools, wooden tools, to make the actual working ones. So then after they finish to make the working prototypes, they do some evaluation or the evaluations of the prototypes and making some documents to develop to make to prepare some field tests in the societies. This is photo. It shows some tools for the I don't know what is broom making. Field test in the Vietnam. And also, we have some programs called the Sakura Science Program. This is a student invitation programs from Japanese government. The students from Indonesia or Singapore stays in our university for 7 days to collaborate to making working prototypes. Students stay in the Japanese house and then making some working prototypes like this one, and make some presentation. Since 2013, our university have invited 40 students from SP and Lex partners, and we would like to continue the program. In this March, we have a plan to invite 5 students from the Makassar, 5 students from the SP, 5 students from the Vietnam, but the COVID-19 cannot so allow us to invite them. So what we have to continue, we will continue this program, and if you have a chance, please come to Kanazawa and work with us. Okay, so this is why we make the post-Lex program. So as you know, the Lex program is designed using a framework of CDIO framework. So in the Lex trip, so students can learn C and D, but if we would like to make a social innovation in the real world, we have to make some implementation. Also, continue to operate the product in the society. So then we make a program as a post-Lex program and Lex Sakura Science program, but we need to continue to collaboration with the Lex partners. This is very important, the key to make social innovations in the real world. Address. So our university is very small and very we have limited human resources. Only 5 lecturers, only 5 professors are joined to this international program. So in KIT, after the COVID-19, all student international programs before March 2021 have been all canceled or just prolonged. This is a tragedy for the students. But so this is my plan. I will start some remote-based international collaboration programs like Mr. Ensign presented it. So we'll begin to the September 2020. And also, April 2021, so I will provide some training programs for the LEX facilitators and also international collaboration. And also, in June 2021, I think we can reboot the international programs officially. Officially rebooting the programs.
I hope so, yes.
Yes. And then we hope. I hope so. I will join to the LEX trip at September 2021. This is my first summer. I cannot join to the LEX program. Every summer I would like to. I very so would like to join the LEX program in summer, but I cannot in this summer. And also I have some announcement for the LEX partners. I get some grant from Japanese government, so I would like to invite some of the LEX partners and SP in LEX in Kanazawa in 2022. This is almost decided. I think it can be hosted by our university. So see you in the LEX or Sakura Science Program or LEX in Kanazawa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Terima kasih Pak Moto. We call Pak Moto, Pak Sakamoto. Thank you very much. So, dear all participants and ladies and gentlemen, for the second speaker, Pak Moto is coming from KIT, Kanazawa Institute of Technology, and also kepada bapak-bapak dan ibu-ibu yang now we still have around 72 participants are watching for our conference via this Zoom applications, and then also the rest are still watching via YouTube. So for the next, we are going to move to the third speaker. We invite Ibu Dr. or Ma'am from Southeast Philippines, Ibu Dr. Ibu Maria Teresa M. Fajado as a Director, Extension and Community Relations, University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines. Time is yours, ma'am. Madam Maria.
Mute.
Hi. Yes.
Can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. Yes.
So I would like to share my screen.
Yes.
Share now. So my gratitude to the one who hosted this webinar. No, this is a great opportunity for all of us who are really into the training and development of our students. We believe that international exposure and working with other ASEAN countries is a good way to develop holistically a person. Because when you are with LEX, you come out always a winner. So I am Maria Teresa Fajardo of the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines. I am a LEX facilitator, trained way back in 2015 in Singapore Polytechnic. So I joined LEX in 2015 as a facilitator, just one run. And for the 4th, 5th, and 6th, I became the overall coordinator for the LEX program of USTP. So Ingson, hello there. So the presentation will be in this outline. I will be showing you STP in a glance, a very short introduction about my university, and I'll be sharing with you our internationalization experience, and of course, our COVID initiatives, and our commitment to continue doing what we've been doing in LEX. So USTP is located in the island of Mindanao. So if you are familiar with the map of the Philippines, there are actually 3 major islands. It's Luzon, Visayas. So we're around in this area. That's Mindanao. And Cagayan de Oro is the city of golden friendship. So we are very friendly, we're very accommodating, and we really go out of our way to, make you comfortable when you stay here in Cagayan de Oro City, particularly in this part of the Philippines. And we are considered to be the gateway to northern Mindanao. So a lot of people coming from the Manila area, from the Visayas would pass through our city when they're going to travel to different places in Mindanao. And that is our challenge with the pandemic, because we have to allow these people to pass through our city or else they cannot go home. So we cannot close our borders. We have to let them travel for free, despite the risk that they might be somehow bringing along the virus with them. So that's part of our corporate responsibility, that our city mayor did not really close the borders, because he believed that everybody should be given a chance to travel, especially if they wanted to be with their families. So the university has this vision that we wanted to be recognized as a science and technology university. So from there, you would see that a lot of our offering are into the degree programs in science and technology, particularly in engineering. So we have a number of engineering programs offered in the university, and also applied science and math and other courses that are lean towards technology offering. So we wanted to provide that vital link between education and the economy, and to to educate our students about this mindset. Learning Express is a big help, because they were able to put their expertise into helping communities, because they exercise what they have learned in their engineering program. They apply the theory into practice, and with Learning Express, that's a good way of making sure that we realize our vision. So for the mission, we wanted to bring the world of work, that is the industry, into the actual higher education and training of students. So we always wanted the students to be exposed to real life, to real problems, to what is happening in the communities around us, so that they would know that there are certain problems that needs to be solved, and the solution lies in their hands, no? And we wanted to develop the mindset of entrepreneurship and the technopreneurship, because we wanted this part of the Philippines to be economically developed. That's why the university is into innovation, into creating these prototypes, into commercialization, because we wanted to offer technology solutions to industry, to community, and to help them, really make a good start with their lives, and probably promote our national development, no, through food security. So we're into agriculture and energy sufficiency. So we believe in renewable and green energy, and also offering all the possible technology solution that can make the work easier, uh, that can make the process easier for those who are working in that particular company. So USTP is actually a system. So there are about 5 existing campuses: Cagayan de Oro, Claveria, Hasaan, Oroqueta, and Panaon. This year, we're opening 2 more campuses. So we have a total of 11,344 students in the undergraduate level. That is for this 2019 and 2020 school year. So we have also a number of graduate students enrolled in the PhD and the masteral program. So we have 494, making it a total of 11,838 officially enrolled students in USTP system. For the teaching force, I only included those who are holder of a regular position, meaning they're really holding plantilla position in government service. That is very important that you are a permanent regular worker. So we have a total of 476 teachers, and then we have 105 non-teaching position that runs the accounting office, the finance, the HR. So we also employ non-regular teachers. We call them part-timers. So when there are uh, available teaching load, we give this load to these people, because some of our faculty members are actually in study leave outside of the Philippines. So there are teaching positions that are still available. So for the international exposure or our experience, USTP is proud to say that we are the first Philippine partner of Singapore Polytechnic for the implementation of the Learning Express. We started way back in 2014. We were able to run 6 implementations. We usually would do that during summer, that's March or April, and then September. We were able to run 4 LEX programs in Cagayan de Oro, but if you remember in the news in 2017, there was this problem with Mindanao. We call it the Marawi siege, when martial law was declared. So Singaporeans are not allowed to travel. We're not allowed to travel during that time. So what I did as a coordinator is that I negotiated and coordinated with another state university located in Cebu, so that they will partner with us to run the TFI scale in 2017. So that is the first time that another local university will partner with another local university to be able to run an international program. It was very challenging, but it was doable. So the negotiation is really good because at that time, Philia Wong was with me, talking to the president and to the campus directors, introducing to them LEX, and they liked the program, and we were allowed to run it in their campus in Cebu. In 2019, Mindanao was still in martial law. So we still cannot be allowed to run the program here in Cagayan de Oro City because there's a travel ban for our Singaporean friends. They cannot come here because of the martial law. So we went to Bohol. So Ikmin was with me negotiating again. We actually had initial talk with a local university, but towards the end, when it's near implementation, they back out. So we went to another private university, not a government university, and it was really challenging. But because we love LEX, we cannot let go of it. So we tried so hard, and eventually I was like, I was relieved that this new university, the Bohol University, University of Bohol, was also very attracted with the program, and they allowed us to run LEX in their campus. So we also included some Bohol students. So it was really very, very amazing and very enriching experience because, for us to introduce LEX to any other organization is quite easy because we can speak about it with passion. We can always count of our positive experience, although there are negative experience, but the positive far more outweighs the negative because we believe that LEX is always good or not excellent for our students. We are very limited when it comes to sending students because we always would just respond to invitation. Of course, Singapore Poly invited us to be part of the Youth Model ASEAN Conference in 2015. My son, who is also a LEX LEX participant in LEX 3 2014, he won one of the best delegate award for the Philippines. And we were also able to, and he was very happy to have a photo with your Prime Minister at that time. It's a very good experience, enriching experience for him. And it's really that good that because he's now running his own startup company because he's a BS Information Technology graduate. So he believes in technology also. So we joined the MASIC Foundation International Specialist Community and Leadership Exchange in 2017. This is when the problem in Mindanao started. But Philia said we will still run, provided that we will do it outside of Mindanao. So we were able to send students to Malaysia in 2018, way around September 8 to 16, no? That's for the Leadership and Cultural Forum for ASEAN University. And we were able to send a student also to China to join in the 4th Student English Speech Competition. I think we won a spot there. Other international exposure for our students is with the USTP Claveria, that's one campus. So we have internship program for agriculture in Israel. We regularly send students who are able to afford it. And then we also send students to New Zealand for the dairy program. And now, at this very moment, we are actually negotiating to send students to Denmark despite COVID, because we wanted to get the utmost advantage of having students being able to be exposed to the international learning environments. So why Lex? Why not just stop? Oh, it's so difficult. We cannot find a place to run. No, with me in the extension office, it's extension and community relation. I have no problem finding community because that's part of my job. I usually would go to different communities and offer our expertise in helping them in whatever capacity that they wanted to be helped. But with Learning Express, we believe that after Lex, students became more confident. We saw that. We conducted a research on that. They become more creative. They become more participative in their classrooms, and they become innovative problem solver. For them, it's always, yes, we can do it. And then they also learn how to empathize, no, and care for the community. Before Lex, they are not really conscious about the people in different places, no, but with Lex, they were able to know about the struggles and the issues and the problems that common people are facing. And with people in the academy helping them, it's really a good way of sharing, caring, and just being there for other people. And what I found out about Lex that is really good is that these students were able to sustain this friendship with their Lex buddies. They keep communicating over social media, and I think there's Lex 1 batch and Lex 2 from the Philippines and from Singapore Polytechnic who are now legally married couple. Lucas Tam of Singapore Poly and our student here from the BS Chemistry program. So they became sweetheart after Lex, and then eventually just they officially married last year in 2019. So I think there's really something in Lex. Okay. And when we try to trace our students who've been with Lex before, we found out that they're easily employed. And what is more important, that they are actually very active in the workplace. They always take the leadership role, no? Parang it seems that they are very confident. They can always see the solution in every problem, not the problem in every corner, but the solution. They believe that there's always a solution to the problem, and they know how to, ideate. They know how to think out of the box. They know how to create illustrations of the solution so that people in their workplace would really understand how to go about the problem. And they have that because of Lex. So what are our COVID initiative? Our university, Singapore said they were not ready. So Philippines is not also very ready, no? Especially the shift to technology, no? Last March 2020, we have to suspend or cancel all the classes and allow all our students and the teachers to stay at home because we don't want them to be exposed to the virus. So we have a center, we call it the Center for Innovative Teaching and Learning. So immediately they run a number of webinars to equip our teachers to synchronous teaching. So the use of online modalities, because not all teachers are techie. So we have to do a rapid training for them so that they would at least finish the semester. So there's a number of training that we conducted so that the teachers could at least understand how they could prepare the learning materials and provide a very good learning experience even in the online modality. Because this COVID problem is very depressing, our Office of the Student Affairs conducted e-counseling, so you can call, you can chat with the guidance counselor, so talk about your fears, about your concerns regarding the pandemic. And we also provided a webinar for the employees so that they can manage their emotional well-being during this very challenging time. So the USTP has to fully go online. So we did a lot of digital transformation projects. So we have online admission test for the enrollment. We had the online enrollment system, and we have the e-learning portals. These are the things that we consider to be the necessary to put in place for in preparation for the opening of classes in August. So we also did a lot of project with like the virtual USTP career services and programs. So we provide career guidance or students via the online modality. So the library also went online. So they provided PDF copies of the book, ebooks, and they also uh, provided a procedure how students could return the books that they borrowed without exposing them much to the risk of the having the infection. So we launched the project Education 4.0. So essentially, we align a lot of the budget of the university to address the pandemic. For example, we did fund some projects like the establishment of or the expansion of the Food Innovation Center, because we believe that food supply is a challenge. We wanted to provide food that would have longer shelf life so that people could actually access them and they will not go hungry. The food is vacuum packed and then fresh dried so that they can last longer and they can be easily distributed to areas who are areas in lockdown because they have cases inside the community. So these are food provisions for them. So we wanted also to, expand our health center. We wanted to provide a more sustainable and flexible health assistance to both faculties and the students. And we wanted to do a lot of projects that are really aligned with the COVID initiative and how to properly address them. So we also care for the community. So we bring food to them. We bring brochures so that they can read about how to deal with this pandemic, especially in areas that are not reachable by the transportation. No, these are remote areas. So we bring help to these people. So we also provided training in agriculture so that they can start their own backyard gardens. They can grow their own food. We provide the seedlings, the vegetable seeds, so that people do not have to go to the market most of the time. They can actually grow their own food in their backyard. We also provided help to students stranded. We put in place a hand washing station. We put in place thermal scanner, and then a lot of initiative to help students who are actually separated from their parents because the community where their parents are located does not allow travel pa, because there are cases that that is increasing, no. So the students are really stranded and they cannot access their food allowance. So the university has to bring food for them so that they can continue to eat in their boarding houses or dormitories. So we also developed a lot of products to give out to hospitals because we wanted to support our frontliners. We wanted to give food to the checkpoints so that the police cannot go hungry. We develop products that are easy to eat but still would provide the necessary nutrition for those who are really working very hard in the hospitals, no, and in the police stations. So we believe vitamin C is a good boost to the immune system. So we prepare a lot of calamansi concentrate or the lemon juice, and then we went to different barangays to share with them what we have created or developed in the university. We also distributed hand sanitizers because these are prime commodities at this time, and face masks. So we give out to our partner LGUs, local government units. We give out to the traffic division. We give out to the environment division, because their people are the ones who are doing the regular job despite the pandemic. So they are more or less exposed. So they should be provided with the personal protective, materials, so that they can at least do their work with confidence that they will be keeping the practice of hygiene. So I went around different barangays or communities to give out our donations. They can give to the barangay health workers. They can give out to the office workers who are on duty so that they will be protected while performing their job. So we also give out a lot of vegetable seedlings and vegetable seeds so that women who are required to stay at home could actually start planting, and then probably in a week's or month's time they can start harvesting this vegetable and they can have food supply, because a lot of them have lost their husbands do not have regular job. Some of the companies closed down. Drivers cannot go do their own earning livelihood activities. No, a lot of them are really very affected by this pandemic. So I think everybody is really worried and really would like this to end, but we cannot yet see the ending. So we did a lot of digital projects so that we can also help the Department of health, no, because the primary concern or challenge in the community is contact tracing. When there's a positive case, we wanted to know who are the people who are in contact with this person. So we wanted to do that using technology. So we have this mobile application for data collection. So it's easier for the health worker to do the tracing activity. So it's COVID-19 monitoring and tracking using a smartphone and also using your desktop. And because we are our stakeholder, no, our treasure in the university, our resource is really our students. So the Office of Student Affairs, which also run partly the Learning Express program, went out of their way to really trace those students, all the students who probably are stranded and in need of help. So they went out and provided these donations to the community where the students are. And then we also did when communities start opening up with the modified quarantine. So we immediately went to a program of bringing home the students to their home. So we have this Oplan Sakai 2.0. So this is a project wherein the university provided for the transportation and coordinated with the local government units so that they will allow the students to re-enter their communities. And these are some of our incoming ongoing projects. We automated our human resource management system. We have automated our meeting management. We conduct meeting here all the time online. So we subscribe to some providers like WebEx. We use Zoom. We also have the e-procurement because government would usually undergo the usual procurement as mandated by law. So we wanted to do that also online. And also the grading system. The teachers, when they work at home, they still can submit grades from the comfort of their homes. And students can still view their grades online at any time, real time. So because we have this social corporate responsibility, our gym was used to be a holding area for locally stranded individuals. So if you hear it in the news, the recent spike or increase in the cases is due to the locally stranded individuals and the returning overseas workers. So although it's a high risk, but the university believes in serving the community. So we open our doors for these people so that they can stay in the gym and wait for their local government unit to pick them up. So we provided PPEs for our janitors who are there to sanitize the comfort rooms and the area. There are police who are going to make sure that everybody does the right thing, follow the health protocol. And then so far, we were able to serve 1,283 returning LSIs or locally stranded individuals. And to date, we're still doing that. And we're happy to serve because we believe that the community is always a treasured partner of the university. So I think that ends my presentation. Thank you so much for listening to it. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ibu Dr. Maria. Or we ever met with Ibu Maria in Singapore Polytechnic the time when we did for the training. The training. For all the participants, so we still have the two speakers, and also coming from Thailand. I'm trying to read first. Kritika Inta, Alex facilitator also from Raja Mangala University, and we take for. But before taking over to the next speaker, I would like to greet for all the participants who are still live in our conference now. Then to greet the university's name as now in the seminar. So to all the speakers, we have in Indonesian, we get like international office, which is usually any kinds of program that we like to share together. So by having from this conference, it doesn't close possibility that there will be like after for the panel session, there will be like some questions from the participants are going to also ask that about the program that you present. Could be also from the participants, from international office itself, as a representative, they want to do more communication or doing the some questions from every institute. So first is we have, maybe I cannot answer all the, I cannot mention greet all the university, but I put from Sumatra, from Kalimantan, and also Sulawesi and Irian. We have the representative who are participating now. We have Mataram University from Gorontalo also, from Yen Amai Gorontalo, University of Flores, University Muhammadiyah and Rekang, University Prima Indonesia, Bina Mandiri Gorontalo, and some also from Universitas Mula Warman Muhammadiyah Sumatera Utara, STKIP Yapti Jeneponto, and also Muhammadiyah Kendari, Universitas Muhammadiyah Kendari, and many others from university. So what I'm trying to say from this conference is our participants in our conference now is based into the coming from the international office staff, which is we ourselves, we try to do the more discussions about what is about in this pandemic, while from the Singapore Polytechnic also they have the Awan program, because UNESMO itself is still off all, we cut all the programs now, no activities. So we're still thinking that, because talking about the pandemic, COVID-19 is talking now, during and after. We could be also like the new normal coming, and we need to have as a prepare what the university should prepare, especially for the international program. Okay, the next speaker we would like to invite Ms. Kritika Inta. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. So
very clear. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay, before please Miss Kritika, or usually called the nickname is Gol. We would like to please to all the participants. If you have questions during every speaker, you can note it first because there will be questions and answer after all the speakers. And also you can address your questions to every university from Singapore Polytechnic, from Philippines, Thailand, Pak Moto from Kanazawa Institute of Technology. So you just put your questions, and later we are going to do for the question and answer sessions. So we please, Kritika Inta, time is yours.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
Well done, bro.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, may I introduce myself for the one who don't know me yet? My name is Kritika Inta, or you can call me easily Ajahn Golf, okay? In Thailand, we call Ajahn. Ajahn is mean teacher, like a teacher in Singapore, okay? So you can call me Ajahn Golf. I'm an English lecturer of Faculty of Business Administration and Liberal Arts, Rajamangala University of Technology, Lanna. And may I call my university names briefly, RMUTL, okay? So, and also as a member of Office of International Relations, so we have to do something in this time, right? And first of all, I would like to show you my city first for the one who never been in Chiang Mai before. I live in Chiang Mai, okay? This is the places in Chiang Mai. Actually, if there's no COVID, Chiang Mai is a bustling city of over 200,000 people with modern facilities and many beautiful temples for bygone age. We also have many kind of food. You can also like having Indian food, Singaporean food, or Indonesian food in Thailand and also in Chiang Mai. Drive only 20 minutes from the center of town in any directions, and you will come to little villages nestling among the rice fields. And or you can climb up through the forest to Doi Sute, yes, perched on the mountain that guards the city. Okay, and also in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is a home to 5 big universities and many technical colleges, and we are one of that. Okay, so I would like to show you, this is our university, but actually we have 9 universities of Rajamangala University of Technology throughout the Thailand. But in Chiang Mai and northern part of Thailand, we are Rajamangala University of Technology, Lanna. Okay, our vision of the university, the leading quality university for all to be hands-on scholars based on the innovation associated with science and technology, research from local to international society. Okay, sorry. Okay, and for our mission, our university mission to foster a higher education system based on science and technology with a focus upon producing hands-on graduates. So we focus on to promote our hands-on graduates and to shape the model of hands-on scholars based on science and technology, okay? And we also have goal to be a leading university in producing graduates with the hands-on skills, creativity, innovations, and knowledge of science, technology, and research to serve the community so it is may meet international standard. All right. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce my team. We collaborate and we work with Singapore Polytechnic and our partners since 2016. This is our LEX facilitators in RMUTL. We have 9 LEX facilitators who train in Singapore, and we also have our lovely staff from OIR staff. OIR is Office of International Relations. okay, for us, and they support us in any every single project that we have to relate with another country. This is our team, okay? Maybe you know some of them. Okay, and this is the photos, a lot of photo actually. Photo that's the legs. Actually, we done about 6 legs and 1 TFI scales. And we also do another kinds of design thinking project with another university as well, inbound and outbound. Some of us go to another country to be the guest speaker for the design thinking. We have this opportunity because of you guys, because you train us to be the facilitator, and after that we can implement our knowledge and also give it to another country as well. It's very useful for them and for us too. This, if you can remember, at the corner of the left corner, Mario, yes, Insun, this is for the ADDS camp, right? And Rubaina, she's still there. So we have a lot of friends and partnerships from Learning Express. I really appreciate that. And this is also, we work with Kanazawa as well. Yes, we have friends from Japan too, and we have friends from another country too. And this one at the right corner, we go to the Malaysia to be the guest speaker. Yes, and we create and we also the implement and we develop our project to another teachers too. We want another teachers who don't who are not be the facilitators, but they want to be, and also they want to learn about the design thinking because some of them want to implement the design thinking in their class, and they think it's very useful. And these are some of the pictures. Yes. Okay. And for LEX 2020 that we have planned, these are the faces of our students that have been selected already, but after the pandemic, okay, we have to stop and postpone our project. We already have selected them with many, many things they have to pass, because in Thailand, you have to understand that in Thailand, we don't use English as our main language. Our students, some of them just speak English for a little bit. So we have to train them a lot before we ask them to join this camp. So they have to give lots of effort to join the camp, and they pass it, but now we have to stop it. What's a pity. Okay, so let's see our Ministry of Higher Education policy. In these outbreaks, the pandemic and virus corona, so Thailand tried to do something to help people, especially help the students and also the people at the rural area too. For example, this is the example of the project that Ministry of Higher Education and Science Research and Innovation try to do. They provide the courses, reskill, upskill, and new skill for new normal in their website, some for free and some for the low cost for normal people that can sign in and also can take the course. And on your right hand, you see, this is the virtual exhibitions, okay? They try to promote the arts too via the virtual exhibitions. This is the example, science exhibitions. They can go through the exhibition online. And also this one, I love this so much because this one is like a free ebook. Normally some books we have to buy, but this time they provide us for free. Science and Technology book series. This is another project that I think is very useful for students now. Okay, and I would like to talk about this project. This project is one district, one university. It's mean that every teacher, I mean, not every teacher, but every university will come to help the community by going to the district to help them with the knowledge. We will provide the knowledge for them and also help them to overcome these situations easier. Okay, for example, if they lost their job, okay, so we will go to ask them and help them and find a way for them. How can we help them to overcome these problems? Okay, and for RMUTL, the teachers in RMUTL now in charge of 84 districts approximately, okay? And we also have 4 faculty and 1 college of integrated science and technology. So teachers in our university will go to each district and help the community with their knowledge, whether arts and architecture, business and administration, science and agriculture technology, or engineering, and also the College of Integrated Science and Technology too. So this is the way we help the community now as the Thailand policy. Okay, and these are the supporting the continuations of teaching and learning during COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, in RMUTL, mainly we use RMUTL educations and also the tools from Teams, Microsoft Teams, okay? And we have the ways to contact us, and we have the staff to answer the questions for the student who have the problem with the technology too, through hotline, line, or Facebook, okay? Like in another university. Okay, so if we talk about the service learning, like we know that the service learning is the development and applications of knowledge and skill towards meeting and identify an authentic community needs. But now we cannot go to the community. Since service learning provide opportunity for students to apply their interests, their skills, and also their talents along with academic knowledge toward the common good while being observations and of personal development and the impacts of their actions. But now we cannot do that directly. But we still concerned with the top 10 skill, in 2020 that the student have to achieve and have to have that. Well, whether the attitude, the skills, and also the knowledge, they have to still have like a critical and creative thinking, okay? These skills include like decision making, problem solving, initiative, responsibility, accountability for action, something like that. So during this time, it's very hard to do this, but that's always the way. Okay. Okay, the thing that we try to do is to do the community engaged work. Okay, 3 main ways. The first one is service learning classes. The second one is group service project. And the third one is about individual student service, okay? For the service learning classes, we plan the service learning project to be indirect. Maybe we do the research-based or the advocacy-based service project rather than direct service, or to be direct service project that are designed to be contactless or maybe remote and virtual, okay? And for the group service project, student group will not engage in off-campus service project in enclosed area or provide group transportation to off-campus, but we provide support to help student groups in scheduling group service project that take place outdoor, as well as in developing indirect contactless tool and remote service opportunity for their member. Okay, so any group service project must observe our campus protocol related to face covering and social distancing as well. Okay, and the last one is about the individual student service. For the individual one, let them share information with students about how to engage in volunteer service remotely. In Thailand now, actually we can go to many places and it's quite safe for some places. So maybe sometimes we can go to the community and we support community partners sharing volunteer opportunities, both in person and also the remote or virtual. For example, maybe we use the service learning community partner letter for agreement to communicate, and it's safe, right? And individual student volunteer, we observe our campus protocol related to face covering and social distancing when serving the community. Students who are at risk of complications of COVID-19 are advised to avoid off campus. Okay, so we still keep them healthy, okay? And in this time, for some campuses have chosen to close the campus. For example, like in our university, some of us only online class only, okay? But some classes or some courses that still have to do the lab or to have the to go to the community, they still go for some times, but you know, when we do this will have complications for community engaged, for the community engaged course and projects as well. Especially, for example, like we do the Learning Express with the Singapore Polytechnic, and we have add a course to our curriculum. It's about the social innovations, okay? So we will let the student who enroll in this course to go with the Singapore Polytechnic students and also do the project together like a Learning Express. So we cannot do that now. So the way that, the best way that we can do now to make the contingency plan is to reach out to community partners, okay? So maybe we have to set up a time to talk through possibility if classes are canceled, or maybe ask how it would impact their work. So an overall communications plan cover different contingencies is a great way to make sure that partners are prepared, and we maybe have a key contact person, something like that, okay? And this challenges and opportunity, in some cases, student community engaged work may be able to shift in ways that still meet community, like I said, need and learning outcome. So these are the few ideas that I suggest, and I think that every university do that. For example, conducting background research or gather the best practice to continue the projects or other information. Or maybe you taping, you recording or streaming performance or workshop to benefits community partners. And also maybe create digital and other social media content, print program material, something like that. Undertaking assessment, evaluations or feedback via phone or web-based services like we do, and offering or brainstorming strategy that provide direct, indirect support from volunteers as a result. and also conducting virtual or phone-based educational support for the youth and the adults. Okay, this is the example that for the couples of weeks ago, there's Singapore SG student contact me via email to have the interview with them. Okay, so they send me email and also ask me to give them have the interview with me. And I think this is a very good idea because we can do an interview across the city, not only the city, the country, right? For example, like the Singaporean student asked me to be the interviewee and the interviewer. And while they interview me, they do still use the way of empathy stage, how to interview the communities or the audience. They have like a interviewer, the observer, and also the one who observe us, and also the one who give us another questions that they want to know more. Okay, so they still use the way of design thinking, and I appreciate that. And this one of them used to come to Thailand as a Lakes alumni. Okay, I call Lakes alumni. Okay, so our plan, I mean, our university plan, and for our OIR plan, maybe we will do the social innovation online project. Okay, like I told you, maybe we will continue the project, but maybe in the long term, it's not for 20 days or 15 days like we do in the Learning Express, but maybe in the long term, or maybe in for one semester, because they have to take time to do this. And also maybe we want to develop the prototype, because I think that there's many interesting prototype that we have done, but we never finished that. It's still like as a prototypes from the previous lakes, but we have to ask for the permission first. And I think like Kanasawadu, that we continue the project. And I think if it can be useful for real, it will be great. Okay. And another project is OIR Virtual Cultural Exchange Program. This is our OIR staff thought. They think that they still want to have the cultural exchange camp, because in our university we have the MOU, and also we have the exchange student from many countries, especially from China. Yes, and also we do the cultural exchange camp every single year. And for the activities, maybe do the Thai language for fun, about fun facts about Thai culture, Thai food, dessert, Thai arts, Thai costume and dance, and virtual tour around Chiang Mai. But we will do online. Okay, we plan to do that, and we invite every country that interested to collaborate with us. Okay, maybe we exchange the idea together. Okay, and also that we plan in this month, in this following month, August, we will do the design thinking workshop for ARM-UTL lecturers, because at the beginning of the years, we heard that before COVID, we heard that we can send some of our lecturers to go to Singapore to train as a facilitator, but unfortunately we cannot go now. So maybe we will ask for the help from the lecturer and facilitator, I mean master facilitator from the SG, and also from another country, from Indonesia, from Philippines, and also from our partnership to be the guest speaker as well. And maybe I will contact you guys later. And we, our objective is to provide knowledge about design thinking for the teachers, since I said that it's very useful for them and can promote the students' 21st century skills. Okay, and we want to develop RMUTL lecturers to be design thinking facilitators. And we plan to have this project in every faculties in the nearly future, okay? And we want them to apply DT in the development of teaching and curriculum as well. And we also have the CDAO, yes, CDAO, Ajahn Nopadon, okay, our master facilitator is one of the member of the CDAO doing curriculum now as well, okay? And about 20 that we expect, all right? This is our project and also our opinion on through the service learning program in COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, thank you so much. ขอบคุณมากค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ Thank you so much. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you,
Yeah.
girl. Yes. I am here. Sawadika. Yeah. Yes. Dear ladies and gentlemen, it was from International Office, Raja Mangala University of Technology, Lana. And then now we see first. Okay, for all the participants, we still have one. And also the last speaker, and also we'll end for the presentation. Then there will be like a question and answer from the participants about the something which is the international program or anything related to the speaker's presentations. Okay, we would like to invite Bapak Erwin Akib and also as the Dean of Faculty of Education, mostly a person who did for the collaboration in our university is Pak Erwin. So we are the executor. When we send the MOU, and then we do it. So we please Pak Erwin, time is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everybody. Pak Ensan, Pak Moto, and all of the speakers and participants. Just know you have been listened what the speakers explain about their activities during the pandemic and also their experiences about Learn Express that collaborated with Singapore Polytechnic and other institutions around Asia Pacific, include Kanazawa Institute, Kanazawa Technology Institute in Japan. So let me try maybe only 5 or 10 minutes that I will be talking about higher education and COVID-19 pandemic. This is what I put from one of website that the rank of safety countries ranking top 40 COVID-19 safety countries. If we see this tables or this rank, Singapore and also Japan are two of our partners that has a greater safety countries for COVID-19 for this time. But that is not in the list of Indonesia there. You didn't see you couldn't see Indonesian in that list. Means that Indonesia is one of the countries that are very with a problem in a pandemic COVID-19. So I thought COVID-19 was that. And the next one is about the number of total COVID-19 cases in Indonesia in 2020. Actually, this is not COVID-19 anymore, but COVID-20 for Indonesia, because till now, or till today, the numbers of cases that happen in Indonesia, more than 70,000 people that have been caused by COVID-19. Means that if we talk about higher education situation right now, it's very hard to make a face-to-face learning. And also will be related with the face-to-face service learning, like Learn Express. We couldn't do face-to-face. Well, who is from Thailand just now explain their airplane for Learn Express by online. I think it's one way to know each other. Even we conduct it by online. Also, Singapore Polytechnic and also Kanazawa and Thailand, Philippines, conducted by online. But for us in Indonesia, especially in Muhammadiyah University, we also try to make something like, by online for this agenda. But the better, but if we talk about service learning, the better we conduct it by face-to-face. Next one is, this is the conditions that we face around the world. Yeah, we just face, meet each other by online, by any programs, any systems that we can use to communicate each other by using Zoom or Google Meet or another tools that we can use. And just now I read one of the survey that the most popular tools that used by the people in learning, in teaching and learning process and using by the lecturer or teachers is by using WhatsApp. But for me, it's not very effective because WhatsApp just send the materials or just record our record our voice and then send to the students without any interaction. Next, this is our situation right now. Let us talk about normal situation. Normal situations, when we in a normal situation, we couldn't we could conduct our Learn Express or any programs that we collaborated by face-to-face. Never conducted by online. I mean, by using Zoom or another kinds of communication tools. But for instance, that some of the students from Singapore or Kanazawa, from Singapore and other countries came to my university, to our university here, and then collaborate with the students in UNISMO to conduct service learning in another urban place, like in Goa, Bangkok, and also in Bantai. But right now, we are in pandemic COVID. Pandemic COVID forced us to stay at home, work from home, study, school from home, learning from home, and everything from home. I saw just now Anson, Pak Moto, and all of the speakers stay at home. And all of you are speaks from home. But here in Indonesia, there is a regulations that governments mentioned that we can come to the office even by follow the instructions for the healthy, something like physical distancing, social distancing, and using masks, wearing masks. And during this pandemic, it's very hard for us to conduct it like a service learning or learning express that we can that the goals of learning express that we come to the society to make something that interact with the society there. And then it's very hard to conduct right now. And we do hope that new normal life, we come to the new normal life, whether 2020, 20 and 21, year 20 and 21. We do hope that Kanazawa, Philippines, Singapore, and also Thailand will be collaborate with us and then collaborate with Indonesian university, universities around Indonesia to conduct with in conducting learning express for our students. Because if we just by using distance learning, I think it will be not very effective for our students and for our program. So the last one is these some pictures that I took from internet that what we have been done with the SPA and also Kanazawa. I don't know the first pictures when I came to the Singapore internationals to sign an MOU with the director of SPA and also Enson De and Wei Jun. But our program there is not very effective yet. So we do hope that next year, March, June, and September, our program will be running with the SPA and also with the Patmoto. And Sakura Science Exchange programs also, we have been make selections at that time. But when we want to, after the announcements of the selections, the pandemic came. So all of our students, there are 6 students, sorry, there are 5 students at least that have been selected as our students that selected by the committee here to come to Patmoto's universities, but it has been cancelled because of COVID-19. That's why we hope for next year, after new normal life, this program will be running. Also with SPA, and maybe we can aid with another uni like Raja Manggala in Thailand and also in Philippines and other universities in around Indonesia. We can make a collaboration after new normal. Even in this situation right now in pandemic, we can make a draft if something like with Thailand and Philippines. If you interest with us to make a collaborations, so I think we can make a draft by online and communicate by online to do what we are going to do for the next after everything will normal. I think that's all. Well done. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry because these are very simple. I just introduced what happened in Indonesia, especially in Unismo, and what programs that we have been done with the SPA and also the Kanazawa Technology Institute. Thank you so much and good afternoon.
All right, thank you very much, Bapak Erwin, and also for all the speakers. Now we come to the next session, into the questions. Could be we open for the sessions, because other things also we want to say that actually our conference is only running until 3 p.m. but now it's 3:20, so we are very limited by the time, and we inform to we kindly propose to all the participants, if you have questions regarding to the speakers, the programs that every university has programs, you can direct the questions, then refers to the speakers to whom your question is addressed. Okay, now it's okay, now we please the quiz. Di sini ya. Okay, now we please to the participants just give a comment if you have questions that refers to that you want to address to the speakers. What we want to have, try to summarize all the some of the presentation due to the our conference. The first is now especially in pandemic, especially like in Indonesia, we have nothing to do now. I mean, in Makassar, in Unismu Makassar still lockdown. All the activity are work from home, and international program is we still find some strategies that which is suit to the program regarding for this pandemic. And also to all participants, we have the speakers coming from the Singapore Polytechnic. Why we host this? This is because we try to initiate that we want to share to all international office all over Indonesia or in abroad that we do such as a Learning Express program. It's like in Indonesia we have it like program pengabdian masyarakat. So, for example, the students coming from Unismu, students come from Singapore Polytechnic, come to Makassar or come to Java, come to Indonesia, and to do for their student service learning in mid community. They go to the village and do their activity for 4 days until 12 days. The program is running for 12 days in Makassar. So this is also to give some overview to all from us who are working at the international office that nowadays we cannot do anything. I mean, still in Makassar right now, still they still give the limitation, no activity, but some regions also are still working. And from Thailand, from Philippines, from Singapore Polytechnic, from Kanazawa, everything are working via the online. But other things, if there are questions or overview from the participants, we kindly open. If you like to give questions in our Zoom group chat comment, and then I'm trying to read the questions. We need 1 until 3 questions.
Okay, I have question addressed to Mr. Ingso.
Okay, please.
Okay, it's just a simple question for all of us actually. Is there any solution or is there any opportunities to make online collaboration between SP students and our students here, especially in Makassar? For example, before doing community service or visit to the countries or visit to Indonesia, but firstly, we conduct online collaboration between your students, SP students and student. So when the outbreak finish or this pandemic finish, so students is already engage each other, knowing each other. So it will be good to start the program. That's my question. It's not the question actually.
I'm Ingsun here.
Okay, Bang Son, please.
Yeah, thanks, Mael, for the question. It is possible. We are definitely going to look into it. How can we enhance the collaborative spirit before Learning Express? I think for SP, we do have some academic limitations because we are not sure if the same students will be assigned to go to Makassar, for example, UNISMO. We are not sure yet because of academic module limitations. So, but we are exploring how we can maybe not so near the actual trip, maybe just before the trip, in about before the trip in 3 months. Leading towards the trip, we can maybe do some online where the students have already been assigned the Learning Express vacancy participation.
Yes. Thank you, Sir Anson.
Thank you very much, Engson and Pa Ismail. Now we see to the, now also, I think we still think, especially from us, from UNISMO Makassar, we still think over that some international programs that what we can have in pandemic. And now we would like to give read the yes
questions in the chat room.
Yes.
From Nur Halima. Is there any options to conduct the research, qualitative and quantitative on pandemic situations? Let me try to answer these questions about the what's that?
Yes, please.
Methodology that students use to conduct their research or their activities during this pandemic. I think classroom action research is not very effective to use in these situations because if we conduct this, if we use this research designs, means that you have to come to the class. That's why Nur Halima, as a question who asks about this, please change your research methodology to conduct your research because it's very hard to come to the class, especially in Indonesia, more especially in Makassar because Makassar is a red zone right now. It's a very I can say that very dangerous to interact with many people especially in the classrooms. So Gunawan, maybe this is Pak Gunawan from Bone, or how the government provides the technology in teaching and learning activities in your country, especially in the era COVID-19. Especially in Indonesia, I think our government have been collaborating with providers to
prepare to provide some tools or any tools to make the teaching and learning process more effective during this pandemic. But again, if we compare, I always say like this, Anson and Pak Moto, and also Inta and Ibu Maria, that Indonesia is a very different with your country. If we talk about populations, Indonesia couldn't be compared with Singapore, couldn't be compared with Thailand and also Philippines and Japan. We have more than 267,000 billions population in Indonesia. So, if we compare with Singapore or Malay, it's a very wide range. The comparison between Indonesia and also other countries, neighbor countries like Singapore and Thailand, and also Malay. That's why I always said that using technology in teaching and learning process will be effective if the government provide all of the will be effective if the government collaborate with all of the providers in Indonesia like Telkomsel, Indosat, and then provide these signals in all of the area. Aceh to Papua is a very big countries, I think. So that's why one of the way to make our teaching and learning activities effective is have to make collaborations with the providers. I think that's how, Pak Wildan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Erwin, and also to answer. Brother, ladies and gentlemen, so we still have very limited time, and perhaps we just open for one questions that it's already been dropped at the Zoom group chat, and the question is coming from Momo Mutia. Now in study in international, the question is, this is to the representative of Kanazawa University. Besides Lex, what do you think are the conditions under which positive benefits of internationalizations are likely to be realized for more involvement of domestic students and faculty members? This question refers to Pak Moto. The question is coming from Momo Mutia. What do you think are the conditions under which positive benefits of internationals are likely?
So around the REX program or international programs. So in our university, so in Japan, especially in Japan, so our students and also another students in Japanese university have very limited opportunity to contribute with the students from another country, and also for the facilitators. So because of that, so I think we need to continue to collaborate with ASEAN University, not only for the so many students want to studying abroad in USA or UK or some European university, but I always say to them, so you have to see the ASEAN countries.
Yes.
So we need to live with ASEAN people, not only for the US or European people. Because of that, so I think we have to keep continue to give opportunity to open their mind to collaborate with ASEAN people. Then, so I will continue the project, international relation project, Learning Express.
Okay, thank you, Pak Moto. Also from the questions from Momo, and to the all speakers, I think we have been running for our conference, online conference. It's about 2 or 3 hours, more than almost 3 hours, and we please also to the all participants and all the speakers. From the host from Unismu Makassar, the International Partnership of the Faculty of Education, we would like to greet, and also we would like to say thank you very much for all the speakers to get your time, and then you have inform your presentation to us. Then hope this conference is give us a new perspective about how will be the international program after or during the COVID-19 pandemic. I hope that we really hope that this situation pandemic is over. I mean, no more all the COVID-19. We predict maybe after December 2020 of this year, or can be for still continue like to the next year. Well, we just effort to this COVID-19 finish and no more like such as kind of this virus. Okay, before that, I hand over to the host, Pak Wongso, before we close to these sessions of the Asian Institutions Education of International, and we offer any that you would like to inform to the participants about. Pak Wongso, please.
Yep, thank you very much, Pak Wildan Burhanuddin. Well, by closing statement from the moderator, Mr. Wildan Burhanuddin just now, so it means that we have done our international webinar in Asian Higher Education Institutions towards International Student Service Learning Program in COVID-19 Pandemic Challenge and Opportunities. We would like to say our big thankful to every or all of the speakers from Kanazawa Institute of Technology and from Singapore Polytechnic, and then from Raja Manggala University of Technology, and then also from the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, and of course to our Dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education of Makassar Muhammadiyah University. All right, so for all of the participants, also we would like to send our thankful, and then you could please access the form of this webinar feedback through the link that I have shared to the chat room in this Zoom video conference. Please, I would like to remind you that it is only open until 5 p.m. GMT +8 Makassar Indonesian time. Okay, so I think that's all from us. Thank you very much once again for all of your participations, and to more special to all of the speakers. So let us close the meeting today by reciting stay healthy, stay safe, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, and we hand over to all the speaker, Pak Ingson, Wijun, Pak Moto, Golf, Kartika, and Dr. Maria. Thank you very much. Greetings from Indonesia. We hope that here all is over for this, and then we can meet again with the Learning Express program for the next year, or our students really miss Lex. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pak Ingson.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you, Pak Moto.
Thank you, Pak Engson. Thank you so much, everyone.
Everyone, thank you. Thank you.
Bye, Pak Raja.
Maria.
Bye. Raja, bye.
Bye. Thank you, Wildan.
Main Sangkala.
Yes. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Pak Wildan. Thank you, Pak Wildan.
Baik, Pak Gunawan.
Ya. Wah, good program.
Congratulations.
Mbak.
Rajab, apa kabar Rajab?
Iya, baik Anda.
Di mana Ki? Di Jogja?
Makassar.
Oh, Makassar.
So thank you, Pak Wildan. So I'm very sorry for about the Sakura Science program, and I hope to resubmit the program to our government. So I think end of this year I can inform you our next plan.
All right, right. Hope everything will be this pandemic. Yeah, we should be in Kanazawa last month, a few months ago. Yes. Yeah, all right. Yes. Thank you very much, Pak Moto.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to make some presentation in this seminar. So I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Moto.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, jilbab biru.
Bye-bye, jilbab biru.
Dadah, Asmi. Rian. Enggak tahu selalu bicara tadi Rian, mana Rian?
Ada jam M. Ini lagi.
Dari mana Rian? Kenapa baru kau hadir?
Di sekolah, Kakak.
Oh.
Ketutup di kampus juga.
Ya.